Hey, it's me again with my Steve Lukather here. Hey, songwriting process can be sort of a dream or a nightmare. I love doing it, but it can be rough or it can go like butter. Anyway, getting a song from an idea to being quote unquote done to the finished recording that's fit to play for people and maybe on the radio or internet is a whole other thing. So you can make it easier, you can make it hard. I follow the path of least resistance. I used to struggle, but yeah. If you finish something and it's not right, you can always fix it. You can work on it. You can't fix what doesn't exist. So build something, then tear it apart and do it better next time, including do the good parts even better than they were. My motto is when in doubt, go for it. You got to make a lot of choices, but don't stress on it. People get they freeze in the studio. They don't know what instrument to play or what lick or what solo should be and over what music. Okay, there should be a solo or not. And then do you want it over the bridge music, the verse music, the chorus, the intro, the outro, or make a whole new backing part? A complete song is a joy to record when you've got all the parts. Listen to California Dreamin'. It's got that unique guitar intro. It's on a 4th fret capo. The whole middle section is a flute solo over music that's nowhere else in the song. The harmonies are beyond belief. I love minor key songs. I love California. So it has literally everything going for it. That must have been a dream to record. And Hal Blaine on drums, can't beat that. Anyway, there's a lot to consider for writers and musicians. Trying not to get frozen in the studio, wasting time. I just get excited about it, but follow instinct. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. Half the time it's not. In fact, 3/4 of the time it actually works out. But do you want the song to be acoustic or electric or both? Maybe no guitar, maybe piano. You got to decide a tempo. Sometimes a 3/4 time song would work in waltz time. Other times you want it fast, slow, but try everything. Sometimes try no drums. Sorry, drummers. I love drums, so they're on almost all my songs. Should the bass be subtle or go all Jocko? Sometimes you have to go all Jocko. Just because you can, you should. Doesn't mean you should, but sometimes you should. Once in a while. And then you get to the vocals. Oh my God, who's going to sing it? Phrasing, you're going to have harmonies or not? And if so, they're going to be parallel harmonies or call and response, oohs and ahs. Lots of choices. A male and a female or just males. Neil Young's voice was highly complimented by Nicolette Larson and occasionally Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris. But it was magic what happens when you have the two genders. And David Crosby says he wished he would have gotten female singers sooner because they can hit notes he and his male backup guys had a heck of a time achieving. And they just do it effortlessly, apparently, due to whatever octave of voice may be in. So again, it doesn't matter if your first attempt doesn't work out. Just you can't fix what doesn't exist. So create something tangible so you can hear exactly what does and doesn't work when you get objective enough, and then improve both. The end. Go record. Go write. I'm going to. All right, we're up to part 4 of Clapton, Beck, and Page. This one focuses mostly on Jeff Beck. Besides being a great player, performer, and writer, Jeff Beck helped launch big careers for Rod Stewart, Ron Wood, Max Middleton, Jan Hammer, Vinnie Colaiuta, the drummer, and the fantastic bassist Tal Wilkenfeld. I always wondered why Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton never made any instrumental solo guitar albums, being among the world's best players and songwriters. I could listen to 12 songs like Peaches and Diesel by Clapton any day. Jimmy did bits and pieces of instrumentals on Yardbirds and Led Zeppelin albums, and 2 on his solo Outrider album, White Summer, Boneyard Stomp, Black Mountainside, for example. But that's where Jeff diverged from the triad of Yardbirds' guitar gods. Blow by Blow was the perfect album at the perfect time, and it fit right in with Mahavishnu Orchestra's Birds of Fire, anything by Return to Forever, my favorite Yes album, Relayer, and even progressive albums with vocals like King Crimson's Red. Genesis did Trick of the Tail, Robin Trower's Bridge of Sighs, Stanley Clarke's fantastic Orange album. He did have the Jeff Beck Group, 2 LPs each with 2 different lineups, And there were 2 instrumentals on the first album, Truth, Beck's Bolero and Greensleeves. One of them, the Greensleeves, was even acoustic fingerpicking on a classical guitar. And some people you might not expect have made guitar solo albums, because they're known for their vocals and writing, have done it, like Frank Zappa, Brad Paisley, Chet Atkins, Tommy Emmanuel, and Jean-Luc Ponty, who's not a guitar player, but he replaced Al Di Meola and returned to Forever, so that's good enough for me. Well, Blow by Blow, Wired, There and Back, Live with the On Hammer Group were 70s masterpieces by Jeff, instrumental gems. And he did get back to vocals in 1985 with People Get Ready and Infatuation with Rod Stewart on his Flash album and one of Rod's albums. And the Flash album had various vocalists on it and a few instrumentals. But then he went all instrumental after that with Guitar Shop, masterpiece. I'm not a fan of his 1999 album, Who Else, his 2001 album, You Had It Coming, or his 2003 album, Jeff. It's like he was trying to be somebody else, and he's him, so he shouldn't be. But his 1993 Crazy Legs album was a blast. It's a rockabilly record. And he was at the top of his game in 2008 with Live at Ronnie Scott's, which I think is his masterpiece. And then his next studio album was a studio masterpiece called Emotion and Commotion. And he worked with various vocals there and lots of instrumentals too. And he even did a Mahavishnu Orchestra piece. And Decim Norma, the classical piece. And he had female vocals. Anyway, the songs were just great. I love that album, Emotion and Commotion from 2010. He was doing concerts and recordings right up to his sudden out-of-nowhere death in January of 2023. His last album came out, it's called 18, in July of 22. His last concert was November 12th, 2022 in Reno, Nevada. But then he died on January 10th, 2023. But the Yardbirds were ground zero for 3 great guitarists, and there's a little bit about Jeff Beck.